Good morning, students. Today we'll learn about chapter 15. It's about natural resources. So, from this chapter, you will learn about the classification of resources and the conservation of natural resources. So, what is a resource? A resource is anything which has some utility or value or something that is useful to us. A chair is a resource. It's an example of resource because we can sit on it. Similarly, plants are also a resource because we get food from them. A resource can be categorized as natural resource and man-made resource. Natural resources are those resources which are present in the environment naturally and are useful to us. People do not make natural resources. Did you know that natural resources make up the world around us? The water in your bottle, petrol in your car, air that we breathe, and the fruits that we eat are all natural resources because these are not man made. These are all natural and these all are present in the environment naturally and are very useful to us. Many of them are essential for our survival, while others are used for fulfilling our needs. Okay, man-made resources are those resources which do not occur naturally in the environment and are made by man. For example, plastic, house, cheese, etc. So this is the difference between man-made resource and the natural resources. Now come to the next point, classification of natural resources. So there are two types of natural resources, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are those resources which get renewed or replenished quickly. In simple words, a renewable resource grows again or comes back again after we use it. Some examples of renewable resources are air, water, solar energy, plants, animals, etc. Let us know about these resources in detail. Air. First we'll read about air. The air around us is known as atmosphere. Do you know what this air contains? The air that we breathe is a mixture of invisible and odorless gases. Usually, the air is composed of 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, and 1% various other gases including xenon, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, argon, neon, helium, and krypton. Air also contains a variable amount of water vapor. Without this natural resource, we would not be able to survive. Humans and animals take up oxygen from the air and give out carbon dioxide. The cells in our body require oxygen to function. On the other hand, plants take carbon dioxide from the air and use it to prepare their food. This process by which the plants prepare their food is known as photosynthesis. Now come to this yellow portion. What is written here? The sun's heat evaporates the water from the earth's surface. Earth's surface means oceans, lakes, etc. Plants also lose water into the air. The water evaporates to form water vapor. Water vapor is a gas. These vapors eventually cool down to form tiny droplets. Many tiny droplets come together to form clouds. When the clouds are no longer able to hold the droplets, they burst open and fall as rain. This way, water is returned back to the land by nature. Okay, you can see the picture in the left side. It is a picture of a water cycle. Okay, photosynthesis helps to balance oxygen and carbon dioxide in the air. So even as we use oxygen, it gets replenished in the atmosphere due to plants. Hence, it is a renewable resource. However, some human activities pollute the air. Vehicles emit gases like carbon dioxide. This disturbs the balance of gases in the atmosphere and thereby interferes with ecological balance. Now come to the next point, water. Water is the building block of all life on our planet. Water covers over 70% of the earth's surface, yet only 3% of it can be used and is used by all living forms. There are many ways in which we use our water. We use water for drinking, washing, cleaning, cooking, growing crops, etc. Hence, water is a very valuable natural resource. The total amount of water present today is the same as it was billions of years ago. This is because water is continuously recycled through a process called water cycle. Hence, water is a renewable resource. In spite of the tremendous importance of water, it is highly misused. How? Man has been polluting this natural resource since ages. People pollute water bodies by throwing waste material in it. Not only this, waste from industries and sewage is also dumped into the water beds. In rural areas, people wash their clothes, utensils, and also take bath in rivers, and this contaminates the river water. Now come to the next natural resource, that is solar energy. The energy which comes directly from the sun is known as solar energy. Plants use solar energy to prepare their food. Are you aware that all of us have been using sun's energy in many ways? How? For example, when we hang our clothes outside to dry in the sun, we are using the sun's heat to do the work of drying our clothes, right? Now come to the yellow portion. This is a solar calculator, okay? It has solar cells which trap solar energy and converts it into electricity. This is a solar water heating system. It has a complex arrangement of solar cells. The solar cells trap the solar energy to heat the water. In the right side, the picture is giving solar water heater. Now come to the next thing, that is the solar cooker. Okay, this cooker has solar cells which trap the solar energy and convert it into heat energy. The heat that is generated helps to cook food. Now, what is written here? Humans also have trapped this natural source of energy and converted it into other forms of energy such as heat and electricity. Solar energy is widely used for heating, lighting, and generating electricity and for a variety of industrial processes. This natural resource is available in abundance and it will never run out. Hence, it is rightly said that solar energy is by far the Earth's most available energy source. Did you know that about 30% of the sun's energy is reflected back into the space by the atmosphere? In fact, we receive only 1/1000th of the total energy produced by the sun. Now come to the next point, that is wind energy. We already know that wind refers to moving air. Since a very long time, the energy of the wind has been tapped and used for pumping water for irrigation, grinding grains, as well as to navigate boats. Farmers have been using wind energy to pump water from wells using windmills. Today, wind energy is harvested by modern wind turbines to generate electricity. In other words, wind energy is converted into electrical energy. Do you know how wind is formed? Wind arises because of uneven heating on the earth's surface by the sun. Hence, wind energy is renewable resource because as long as the sun keeps shining, the wind will keep blowing. Okay. Now, what is the next point? Trees and plants. Humans and animals are dependent on plants for their survival. You know this. Without trees and plants, it will not be possible to survive. Hence, plants are an important natural resource. Let us see some uses of plants. You can see the picture, uses of plants. The directions, the points are given here: paper, fiber, medicines, rubber, shelter, timber, food, oxygen, etc. Okay. So from plants, all the things we get. Plants have the ability to produce oxygen. This oxygen is used by humans and animals both. Plants provide us with food. Not only humans but herbivores also depend on plants for food. All fruits and vegetables come from plants. Trees provide us with timber which is used for making furniture, building houses, cooking and heating, etc. Some plants provide us with fiber which is used to make clothes, for example cotton plant. Some plants have medicinal properties, hence many medicines are derived from plants. Rubber tree provides us with rubber which is used to make various rubber products like erasers, tires, balloons, shoes. Plants provide shelter to animals. Hence, plants are a valuable natural resource. They are classified as renewable resource as they have the capability to grow back quickly and replenish themselves. However, if we cut plants and trees at a rate faster than the rate at which they grow back, it will lead to decrease in plant life. Okay. Now come to the next point, that is the animals. Animals are an important natural resource. Not only humans but plants also depend on them. Let us see some of the benefits of the animals. Animals provide us food. Humans have been using the skins of animals since ages. Early men used it to make their clothing and shelter. However, today the skins are used for making leather bags and accessories. Some insects help plants in pollination. Pollination is a process by which pollens of one flower are transferred to another flower. Okay, this helps the plants to reproduce. Since plants cannot move themselves, the insects help in transferring the pollens. Okay, you must be wondering why animals are considered renewable resources. Animals are renewable resources because they are capable of reproducing. Now come to the non-renewable resources. So what are the non-renewable resources? Non-renewable resources are those resources which once exhausted cannot be replenished. In other words, they cannot be renewed, or their renewal can take thousands of years, which will be of no use to us. These resources have a limited availability. For the same reason, they are also known as stock resources. For example, fossil fuels are non-renewable resources. Coal, oil and natural gas are examples of fossil fuel. Fossil fuels are fuels which are formed when dead plants and animals get buried under the earth's surface. Due to heat and pressure, they get converted into fossil fuels. Just imagine coal, petroleum and natural gas that we are using today are formed plants and animals that died millions of years ago. Fossil fuels are considered non-renewable sources of energy because once they are burnt, they finish. Hence, it is important to conserve non-renewable resources because if we use them too quickly, they will get exhausted. And once they will get exhausted, we will not get them. Let us study some of the non-renewable resources in detail. One is coal. Coal is the world's most abundant fossil fuel. When it is burnt, it generates heat and light energy. This fossil fuel is used by iron and steel industries. Okay. We also burn coal to obtain electricity. Electricity which is obtained from coal is known as thermal power. We get coal by a process known as mining. The rate at which we are using coal is much faster than they are being formed. Hence, the time is not far when we would have to live without this fossil fuel. Next is petroleum. Petroleum, also known as crude oil, is another fossil fuel which is non-renewable resource. Let us see some of the uses of this fossil fuel. When petroleum is distilled and processed, many products are formed like petrol, gasoline or gasoline, diesel, kerosene, etc. Many of these are used as fuel for vehicles. All plastics are made from petroleum. Asphalt, which is used in road construction, is derived from petroleum. Fertilizers are also prepared using this fossil fuel. Crude oil is also the main ingredient in the production of synthetic rubber. Petroleum is used in the production of cosmetics, perfumes, paints, medicines, and soaps. Petroleum is also used in industrial processes. This fossil fuel is extracted from deep beneath the earth's surface. We obtain petroleum by the process of drilling. To find this crude oil, companies drill through the earth to the deposits deep below the surface. After this, the oil is sent to refineries. In the refineries, it is cleaned and is converted into different fuels. Did you know that in ancient times, Chinese and Egyptians did not have to dig for this oil? They collected this crude oil whenever it came on the surface of the ponds. They used blankets to skim oil from the water surface. Okay. Now come to the next point, that is natural gas. Natural gas is a fossil fuel which is found along with petroleum deposits deep under the earth's surface. It is much lighter than air. Hence, when crude oil is extracted, natural gas also comes out with it. Natural gas provides heat and light. That is why it is a good fuel for domestic use. Since natural gas does not have any smell, chemicals are added which gives a stinky smell. That's why it is easy to tell if there is a leak. After chemical is added, natural gas is sent through underground pipes which go to your home. It is also sent to factories and power plants to generate electricity. Conservation of natural resources. Growing population has put tremendous pressure on our planet. As our needs grow, we continue to exploit the natural resources. As a result, resources are getting exhausted. What seemed to be unlimited before has become limited and is depleting faster than we can imagine. We are already running out of the fossil fuels. Although trees are a renewable resources, but we are cutting them at a much faster pace without giving them time for renewal. There are some other natural resources like air which are in surplus quantity, but we have polluted them so much that issues like global warming has already started to take its toll. Even water is being consumed much faster than its replenishing rate. Although water is a renewable resource, yet the world's supply of clean and fresh water is steadily decreasing. Animals are also renewable resources. However, hunting and killing of these animals has led to the danger of extinction. This means that once they become extinct, they will never be seen on earth again. Okay? Therefore, conservation of natural resources is mandatory. We should make more use of renewable resources like sun, wind, and water. This would decrease the pressure and burden from the other non-renewable resources. Fumes emitted from burning fuels are very harmful to the environment. We should try to switch over to more green vehicles. A larger step is conserving this natural resource is recycling. Recycling means making new products from the waste materials. For example, used paper can be recycled to make new paper again. We should also try to limit our use of paper products and should not waste them. Okay.